Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Crypto Tips. My name is Toby.
My name is Heidi.
And let's get into this.
I thought you were going to flip our names again.
I know. This is our fourth take right now. We're just goofy.
Yeah, we've been recording a few videos today, so our minds are melting.
Welcome to episode number 22 from our Patreon members. And so what they have done is this is an AMA, so they ask us questions and we answer them. If you want to subscribe, check us out. The link is below and you get to have access to our portfolio, to classes, to my market updates, like what I think is happening to the market, as well as just submitting questions that you want to know, because I think that's one of the biggest things in this space is there needs to be a place where people can get their questions answered, and there's not a lot of places like that. So this is a great place to do it, especially with these videos. And also check out Heidi's free newsletter at learningcrypto.com. So let's get into this.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, great. First question. Question about Ethereum staking on your own validator node. I am the sort to prefer holding my own keys, but don't get the big advantage to staking Ethereum right now in the up market. Which would lock them up until version 2 is fully online? And am I crazy? Am I crazy and should be considering it more seriously? For example, am I overlooking some benefits of early adoption? I've waited it a handful of times since last fall, and each time I end up at nope. But a lot of others seem to be believers in it. Absolutely, there's definitely pros and cons to staking your Ethereum as early as we are. That's our alarm clock, by the way, every morning, if you can hear the little squeaker.
5 a.m.
He's so
that thing
cute.
goes crazy.
Okay. He's had enough airtime. So yes, this whole concept of staking your Ethereum and the lockup period involved with this. Some people are saying it's going to be 6 months. Some people think it's going to be 3 years. It's already been a little bit of time already since they've started this initiating this process for Ethereum 2.0. Basically, there's a lockup period because if you stake your coins, you're entering your Ethereum into a smart contract, and that smart contract won't be fully finished or completed or whatever, validated until the second half of that update comes through for Ethereum 2.0, and that's when you can unlock your Ethereum again. So the benefits of staking your Ethereum early is that basically the less people that are validating or that are staking their Ethereum, the smaller that pool is, the higher the percentage is that they're going to be paying out your rewards. And as they become more saturated, that percentage shrinks. That's the benefit of getting in early, is that you're going to have a better percentage longer. And as obviously the risk that you're taking on there is, of course, that long waiting period. There are a few platforms that issue you what are called liquidity tokens if you do decide to stake your Ethereum, not through your own validator node, by the way. You can do so. Okay, I'm getting all over the place. Here's what I need to say. In the CT Club, if you are in the CT Club, by this person who asked this question, you are. I did a post on staking your Ethereum and all the different platforms that allow you to do so. And I'm going to be doing tutorials on how to stake Ethereum when it becomes even more accessible. But like right now, for example, we're looking at a platform called Lido, Lido. You can keep custodianship of your coins by using MetaMask, and you can connect through your ledger. I know MetaMask, I know what you're thinking. It's kind of the best option right now, much better than doing something like on Binance, for example. So those are the benefits of staking your Ethereum early is a better percentage, but the risk that you're taking on is the amount of time you'd have to have locked up. And any platform that you're doing this through, you're going to have to trust that that platform will continue to exist for that amount of time. And as that risk of the time lockup becomes less, it's going to be easier for a lot more people to stake their Ethereum. It's going to increase the pool that is being staked, and that percentage is going to shrink. So yeah, I mean, it's up to you. Basically, if that long lockup period just doesn't sit well with you, fair enough. But just keep in mind, again, that there are platforms that allow you to still gain access to the value of your Ethereum if it is locked up for 2 years. Binance does BETH, and Lido does their own kind of liquidity token for Ethereum. So if Ethereum skyrockets, you can still sell those coins that are pegged to the value of Ethereum and realize that gain.
But it's not exactly the same price as Ethereum. So
does it?
Yeah, I checked. Like
sometimes?
for Binance, it's not the same price.
That's interesting.
So keep that in mind. Like if you, like our plan is to only stake the coins that we want to hold for very, 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 very long time.
Yeah,
this isn't a
like if they're
couple
just
years.
If they're just going to be sitting on a hardware wallet anyway, it might as well be generating income.
Work, right?
So yeah,
if you want to sell, like if you're invested in ETH to sell at the top of the bull market, this would be a really dumb idea. So don't do that.
Yeah. Also, regarding those liquidity tokens, is that let's say you use a platform like Lido or Lido, however you pronounce it. You get those liquidity tokens and you sell them all. That means that you don't have those tokens to redeem your original staked ETH. You will. So basically, if you sell all your liquidity tokens, 2 years comes up, you're ready to receive your Ethereum, you're not going to get those back, the original staked amount. You will be still accruing the amount that you were earning off of those, your rewards, but that original amount is, that's what you sold, basically. Just so there's no confusion that you're like automatically getting double the amount of Ethereum.
No, you
just
won't.
Keep in mind.
You're not going to get that lucky.
The world, it's not, and if there's any platform that's saying that you will do that, it's a scam.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Okay, next question. I would like to know your opinion of how and when will we see the demise of the central exchanges like Binance? With all the DeFi options available to us these days, how do you see the future shaping up to a point when we will no longer need to give our personal information to a company and can truly be free? Although I am an American, I have escaped the U.S. citizenship trap and can use all services like a non-citizen.
Congrats.
But that's interesting. But I still long for the days when I no longer need any central authority to play the crypto game.
Well, I mean, so Binance is going to morph into whatever is popular in the market. Also, crypto will split the world in two, I believe. I think they're going to be the people that are always going to accept, their KYC, whatever, they don't care. And then there will be the people that actually care about their identity and decentralization. So the world, it really is going to be split in two, and crypto allows that. So you're going to always have somebody that's going to want to use something like Binance. That's what's going to happen. Regardless of how much you don't want that to happen, it's going to happen, all right? And also, the demise of Binance, well, I mean, the only thing I could see like taking down Binance is because it is centralized, and also it competes against like powerhouses, like financial powerhouses, like brokerage accounts that are brokerages that are very powerful, that have a lot of sway in the U.S. legal system and internationally, and that can put pressure on them because they're losing a lot of business from Binance. And CZ is a very ambitious person, as you know, and he is going to want to dominate that. So there's your biggest issue is like is CZ essentially getting pinched by governments around the world because he's centralized. Yeah. Now you have PancakeSwap, which is a decentralized platform. Based on the Binance chain, and so
very centralized blockchain.
Very centralized, for sure. So, yeah, I mean, people are going to be swayed all the time to go to Binance, but the smartest people probably aren't going to go that way, especially the people that want to keep their identity private and stuff. So,
I mean, there's always going to be the people who prefer convenience over fundamentals, privacy,
for sure,
and they're not going to be willing to go through the hurdles needed to make those moves to protect their privacy. So I totally agree. There's always going to be a user base for a centralized, unfortunately. But this whole concept of like they need to no longer exist so that you can participate freely in crypto. That doesn't make much sense to me, because since day one, you could have participated in cryptocurrency without a centralized authority. That's why it was designed.
First started, like, getting onto an exchange was so easy, guys.
It was easy. You just needed an email.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Some of them you wouldn't even need an email.
Yeah, which is how it should be anyway. But
that was crazy.
I mean, okay, so let's say you no longer want to. I still long for the days when I no longer need any central authority to play the crypto game. That day is today. That day was yesterday. That day was 5 years ago. That day was 10 years ago when it was launched. You don't need a centralized authority to play the crypto game. You can easily participate. Basically, you can go all in on crypto. You can pay for everything in crypto. You can get paid in crypto. You can do personal trades with people in crypto. You don't need a central authority to do so. It is definitely not as convenient. Maybe that's what you're getting at when you want it to be as convenient to use a decentralized option as it is a centralized option. This is still, this whole crypto space is in its infancy. And so it needs to continue to be developed. And usually things like convenience come at a cost of things like decentralization, unfortunately. So I am so happy to wait until another solution comes out that does allow for some convenience without chipping away at decentralization, security, privacy invasion, things like that.
Yeah.
But
we'll be on top of that. We'll be letting everybody know.
Yeah. But just putting it out there is like, if that's really what you want to do, go for it. No one is stopping you but you. There is a lot of tools to interact with crypto all the way without having to tell anyone.
Yeah.
That's up to you. Okay, next question. Is swapping Litecoin for Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Polkadot a good idea, or better to keep it, or better to keep Ethereum?
For me personally,
better to keep Litecoin. I'm sorry.
For me personally, I do that in an instant.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Yeah.
I mean,
we sold our Litecoin a few years ago, or last year maybe, right?
Yeah, recently actually.
Yeah.
So
seems like so long ago.
Yeah, so we got rid of that, and I mean, Litecoin is just a test net for Bitcoin, so it's just like they can play around with the network on Litecoin and then test it for Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So that's all it is. I mean, Bitcoin is obviously much more secure and a better store of value than Litecoin by far. ETH is taking over. I mean, it's essentially the backbone of the DeFi industry. So Litecoin can't keep up with that.
Yeah.
Solana. I mean, Solana hasn't been here for very long.
No.
So it doesn't have the Lindy effect, which Litecoin does, but it's still incredible innovation with transaction speeds and costs. I would definitely own Solana over Litecoin. Maybe that's just my personal thing. It's more risky for sure, but I still believe in the project. And DOT, parachains, like you're going to be able to create incredibly fast transactions with this. And I think this DOT, especially being run by Gavin Woods, I think it's going to be a winner as well. So I wouldn't trade. I would say, no way I'm keeping.
If you
Litecoin.
think about the whole concept of Litecoin, and obviously it is a huge testnet for Bitcoin, it's essentially competing with Bitcoin, right? Because it isn't Bitcoin, so that means that it's competing with Bitcoin, and Bitcoin has by far the largest network effect. Most people in the world by now have heard of Bitcoin, and the people who are using Litecoin are the ones that are saying it's cheaper and faster than Bitcoin. So again, it's in these past AMA session, I talk about the spillover of the users from Ethereum and their competition like Solana, Cardano, Polkadot, Theta, that's what they're getting, the scraps, right? And so that's really how I view a Litecoin. And the only reason why it's cheaper and faster than Bitcoin is because it's a smaller network, less people are using it. It's a test net, so they implemented SegWit before Bitcoin. They are, doing a lot more before it's actually implemented on Bitcoin, but again, it isn't Bitcoin. So that's a big difference for a lot of people. So, last question. What is your financial goal on investing in crypto? What are you going to do after achieving this goal? our financial goal of investing in crypto?
I'll start off with number one, we definitely want to live a very free life. And so that means we've always planned on buying different citizenships around the world. We want to have a passport portfolio. I know that sound weird to most people, but we believe
that would sound weird to me 5 years ago.
Yeah, well, we have done that. We've both renounced our U.S. citizenships,
Yes.
and we've gained the St. Kitts and Nevis citizenship, which has zero taxes on your global income, and don't even need to report it. So there's other places in the world we would like to do that with, and especially nowadays we love to travel, so the world is going haywire, wacko right now. So with all these crazy governments creating these crazy stinking rules, we are very much inclined to get more citizenships because we can't just rely on one, you know what I mean? Also with charities, you go for it.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely interested and have donated to a lot of different charities, focusing on things like building churches and helping people in Pakistan and India, and definitely want to do more with things like clean water initiatives. Just making more of an effort to make more of a contact and actually going and visiting these places rather than just throwing money at them. I think that's a much more important thing to pay attention to. But for sure, we are going to be, giving back as much as we can, because, I mean, what good is it if it's just sitting in a wallet, not actually doing some good? So that's always been our financial goal in general, is how much freedom can we buy? How much freedom can we afford ourselves? It started slow, just by, living in Portugal first. That move had nothing to do with crypto. It was just about surfing. But, being able to live somewhere just in general that we chose to live, that was a huge change for us. And then the 2017 bull run hit, and then suddenly, wow, look at these opportunities that we can take advantage of. We can buy a second citizenship. Great, we did that. Now we can renounce our U.S. citizenship. Great. Now we can freely participate in the cryptocurrency space in a very stress-free way. Amazing. Now, what other citizenships can we afford? You know what I mean? What other properties can we purchase? And that's what are we going to do after we achieve these goals? Is we're going to live life. We're going to, be retired. We're not going to quit crypto tips, I don't think. Sometimes I don't know if I should say this out loud. Sometimes I think about, when is the end of crypto tips happening?
Never.
But I think in the back of my head, it's never going to happen.
We love it too much.
I'm way too prideful on this platform that we built. So I don't think crypto tips is going anywhere. Please don't worry, guys. But generally, just this whole concept of having a voluntary life as well. And I understand that not everyone, obviously very few people are as privileged as we are from what we've accomplished so far. Not to say that, that didn't come with a lot of hard work, a lot of risk taking.
Stupid amounts of risk.
A lot of risk taking, but it paid off. And I'm not going to apologize for, doing with the best of my ability with the tools that I had and the ability and whatever kind of situation I came from. I am very proud of what we've turned it into. And there's a lot of people out there who tend to want to shame you or, not even give you any credit or whatever. If they were in your situation, would they have done the same? Probably. I hope so. I hope that no matter what situation you're in, you're taking advantage of any opportunity that comes your way, because that's the best that any of us can do. It doesn't always work out for everyone, but I think you should always be striving for something better, and you'd be surprised what you can accomplish. Because even 5 years ago, I wouldn't have believed what what kind of life that we're living now. So
no way.
Broaden your horizons, guys, and keep it happy and optimistic. And you never know what's going to happen. And
also stay disobedient.
Yeah. So all right, that's a good ending for this video. Thank you everyone for tuning in. If you appreciate this, if you enjoy these videos, we appreciate it if you leave a like and hit subscribe. And we'll be coming to you again very soon. But in the meantime, you already said stay disobedient. You can also stay happy and healthy. We'd appreciate that too.
Bye, guys.
See ya.